Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Aries, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Aries, I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to be using 3 decks for your reading today. For the overall energy, it's going to be coming from the Elemental Oracle. For your tarot reading, the Light Seers Tarot, and at the end I will pull a card by the same creator of the Light Seers, Chris Ann, the Sacred Creators Oracle, for one last word from Spirit. The cards have been pre-shuffled. Sorry, I'm just switching out your card here. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Let's get the overall energy. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Okay. Beautiful. Number 44, a master number. Could be seeing a lot of 44s. I've seen a few 44s actually recently. There could be something to that. The biome and connection. Stunning card. The biome and connection. I don't know that I've ever pulled this card from this deck before. Obviously, we see the earth. It actually reminds me of, it reminds me of this. I have this card here because I don't know if some of you watch my channel, you know I'm kind of like obsessed with herons. I have since learned why I'm obsessed with herons. This is what it reminds me of. These globes that you kind of put in your library, if one were to have a library, your study, your office, these kind of decoration globes. For some reason, that's reminding me of this, which is also leading me down a path to a very specific scene from a adaptation, a PBS adaptation or Masterpiece Theater of Jane Eyre. No, it was the movie Jane Eyre with Michael Fassbender. I don't know why I'm thinking of it, but there's a scene that involves Jane kind of spinning this globe kind of haphazardly or absent-mindedly as she is thinking of her beloved, right? I don't know why that's relevant. Maybe you like Jane Eyre, maybe your name is Jane. Maybe your name is Rochester. Maybe you're from Rochester, New York. The biome suggests that there's this enclosure, self-containment, where, at least in my understanding of a biome, it's like things are highly controlled, which for an Aries, at least in the language of the tarot, would make sense because Aries is represented by the Emperor, a figurehead of immense control. But this does seem, it's a little more earthy, a little more organic, a little bit more, it's less about control in this image and more about kind of letting the connections create, allowing for openness between people, ideas. I'm kind of looking around because there's imagery on either side, and there's a giraffe right there. You see it? I wanted to say Serengeti when I saw that giraffe. I mean, you could be going on a trip around the world looking for this connection. Maybe you felt disconnected lately. Hopefully we can connect with Spirit and they can guide you a little bit. I'm going to get 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, future. And at the end, I will pull card of advice from Spirit and a card of advice from the Sacred Creators Oracle. Ooh, okay. Three more. Okay. Okay. So let's start with the past energy. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. Swords energy is air sign energy, air element. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And by the time we get to the 8 of Swords, we're talking about a lot of thoughts kind of milling around, floating around us, much like these birds kind of squawking, bopping in our ear. These thoughts that preoccupy us, that Spirit just said burden us sometimes. Burden us with anxiety or worry. You can see here, though, on the flip side of this image, you did get this card in the upright, but you can see here she's not blindfolded. She's not trapped and bound. It's almost like that's what she sees when she looks in the mirror. It's relevant because it could, some of you could be dealing with self-image, a preoccupation with your image, with your body. I mean, obviously, I want to tell you, please love yourself, love the body that you're in. It's gotten you this far, which is something that I recently said to someone. I saw that actually on a video once. A lady was, I don't know if she was doing a TED Talk or what she was doing, but she was giving a very inspirational speech, and she was a little bit of a bigger lady. And, you know, she said she used to do these crash diets and get really down on herself. And then she really changed her kind of methodology on herself and started to thank her body for bringing her as far as she had come in life. That her body allowed her to travel through the terrain of life, and she was still standing. And I think that sometimes it really just comes down to that. Also, this sense that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That was a lesson that I had to learn, right? I do not consider myself to be like whatever. It's not about me. But when I started to realize that some people are going to find you attractive, some people aren't. But what everybody finds attractive is someone who is authentic and genuine and cares about other people, kindness. I mean, if they're worth a lick, you know, so worth a damn. And it's important. Spirit wants me to bring up that, like, that reflection, that when you look in the mirror, what is it? Do you see a beautiful person? Because Spirit sees you, and Spirit thinks that you're beautiful. But the burdens of daily life might be kind of causing you a lot of stress. And then 4 of Cups, to clarify that, then it just becomes this numbness. 4 of Cups talks about, apathy, complacency, boredom. You can see that very clearly here with her gesticulation, like with her, you know, her kind of a ho-hum attitude about it. This sense that, okay, I already filled 3 cups over here with love and compassion or whatever, and where did it get me? What do I have to show for it, right? And what this character fails to see is the 4th cup kind of coming in from Spirit, this 4th cup that could potentially unlock all of this abundance, this beauty, if only we could see it. So in a way, in a sense, both of these cards are about this inability to see clearly, to see the situation. You know, it's not for me to say that, like, oh, this is what you should be seeing, but maybe if you change your lens, your outlook, your mindset, to be able to relish and revel in the little victories. Life can look a lot different when we do that. Little Victories is the name of a song by a singer, Matt Nathanson, which I used to love Matt Nathanson. I don't know if people have heard of him, but like his first album was incredible, and he had a song called Little Victories, and it was about just that, like the everyday, these little things that we tackle every day, because sometimes those little things are the most difficult. So in the past energy, I do see this frustration turning into apathy. What was this about, Spirit? Seven, okay, Sun in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse, Seven of Wands. Could have been about some kind of rejection with the Page of Cups in reverse, or this falling out, or someone didn't apologize, whether you or the other party. I feel like there's this there's this resistance to an offer of love. Sun in reverse, there could have been some confusion behind it. Like, how did we get here? How did this happen? And then the Seven of Wands, kind of a card of blocking, of just, focusing on ourselves, which is always fantastic. Trying to find the sun energy from within. But there's this bubble of protection here that says, it's just been difficult for me in the past energy, and I just didn't really want to open up, and I chose not to. I chose to focus on what I could focus on that maybe didn't hurt so much. In the present energy here, I see Major Arcana number 6, Gemini energy, with the Lovers. Indeed, this could have to do with either an offer of love, a person that is a love interest, an attraction, or it could be an attraction to something that you love, like a passion project, a business that you want to start, a creative idea that you have that just means so much to you. But it's clarified again here. We went from the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is, it's nightmare energy. It's the things that keep us up at night. I feel as though these thoughts that you're having are so burdensome. What is going on? I almost want to say, like, have you tried talking to somebody, a professional, about it? Have you expressed them? Have you journaled them? Have you taken steps to kind of distract or heal yourself with something that is productive and healthy for you? So, like, not necessarily kind of drowning yourself in alcohol, for example, right? But rather like maybe taking a walk in nature, or exercising, or being amongst really positive company. And yeah, you can have a drink or two, but like I'm saying, like, when you have an Eight of Swords and a Nine of Swords, it's really intense. It's really, really intense. It's really like this sense that it's like they're never going to go away. Like, when are these thoughts going to just lift out of me? When am I going to be able to put something down, let something go? Definitely easier said than done. For some reason, so I have many crystals on my desk, but I reached out for this one just now. This is a Mukite sphere. This is about family lineage and healing family trauma. So it could have to do with family. Spirit just showed me one scenario where they don't approve, so like family doesn't approve of your choices. Maybe this could be somebody international. Could be something long distance. Let's get a clarifier, please. Why the Nine of Swords? Why is there so much worry? Ace of Cups in reverse, Three of Pentacles. Something that you have really been trying to work hard on. Something that you're trying to make happen. You're asking Spirit to co-conspire with you. This is the card of co-creation. Ace of Cups in reverse, though. It's like this beautiful love that wants to come in, but you don't quite have a grasp of it yet. Maybe your hands are too full. Maybe your hands are tied still, when all you want them to be is free, so you can grasp on other things. I definitely think this is about heart connection. Feels very passionate. You know, I choose the decks intuitively for every series, and the pictures matter. It's not just about what the card means, but the pictures matter, and this just seems like a blazing kind of love. And again, it doesn't have to be about love with another person. It could just be something that you want, you desire so badly. I mean, maybe it's like, it could be this situation where it's coming true and you're freaked out about it. I'm experiencing a little bit of that right now. Something that I wanted so badly, like feeling like it's gonna come true, and then just being so freaked out about it. Like, what if I mess it up? What if I sabotage it? You know, what if the other party sabotage it? Like, you know, like what's gonna happen, right? To that, Spirit is kind of suggesting that you just breathe into it. Trust Spirit, trust yourself. It's going back to that comment or that story about the body. You've gotten this far in life. Trust yourself. Trust that you're going to thrive. Trust that you will know the right decision when it presents itself as a choice. In the future potential here, number 17, the Star card in reverse, Major Arcana, Aquarius energy, talking about wish fulfillment and healing. Clarified by number 14 in the Major Arcana, Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Two heavy hitters. I mean, essentially you have the sun, the moon, and the stars. Very cosmic, very otherworldly, very divinely guided. In the future potential here, it's all about healing. So in that scenario I just mentioned where something could actually be coming true for you and you're freaked out about it, it's like you gotta really dig deep into those triggers, those fears. Dig deep with Spirit. You know, what is it in my heart that is so fearful? How can I put that fear to rest so that I can open up the channels of abundance even more profoundly, right? The Temperance card is all about patience, working our way through issues so that we can transform them from something like anxiety into something that is productive, right? Like always channeling that hyper nervous energy into something that you can use. Like instead of, it's one of these things, like earlier today, I was feeling very, I will admit to you, I ate some junk food earlier today. I was just a little in my feelings. I was eating my feelings, and I ate some junk food today, and then all I wanted to do was like, take a nap. It's a great day to take a nap. And I was like, no, we're not gonna do that. We take a nap, we feel even worse about ourselves because we didn't film for our channel, right? And we didn't do the things that we set out to do today. I had plans today. So this is me moving forward with the plans that I had for myself and for you guys. But it's that kind of thing. It's like you have to rally sometimes. Rally yourself out of this doubt or this feeling that you're going to lose something or that you're going to mess it up. You're not going to mess it up. There's nothing you can mess up. We're just learning here. Can I get a clarifier on the Star energy, and Temperance. Whoa. Sorry. Okay. Wait. Okay. Ace of Swords and, okay, that's pretty funny. Seven of Cups. Why is this funny? Because the Ace of Swords, aces bring new from Spirit. You got an Ace of Cups and an Ace of Swords in this reading. Spirit bringing great epiphany, like this breakthrough moment of clarity and illumination. Ah, I get it now. And then the Seven of Cups here, just like, but wait, I don't get it. I'm confused. There's so many choices. Which one do I choose? I don't know. Biting our fingernails, I don't know. So even though this is a Cups energy, I read it as a Swords energy. I don't know. I feel like it's overthinking. It's a different kind of overthinking though, because maybe there's just a lot of nice things to choose from. Spirit is giving you a head start though. They're giving you some downloads in the near future about which direction is you're probably going to be headed into. Listen to your intuition. If it's difficult for you to do that, or you don't know how to do that, or you don't know what your intuition is at its core, just take a penny, a quarter, whatever coin that has heads or tails in your country, and put two choices out in front of you, like almost like write them down. Choice A or choice B. When you flip the coin up in the air, you assign heads to A and tails to B. When you flip the coin up in the air, you're gonna wish one of those will happen. Oh, I flipped the coin up in the air. Oh, I really hope it's B. It doesn't even matter how the coin lands. That is your heart's desire. Before the coin even lands, when you are faced with like a yes or no answer, you're gonna have an opinion about it. You're gonna have a feeling about it. That's the one you should go with. It doesn't even matter how the coin lands. What is your heart telling you that it wants? What is your heart telling you that it wants? The last card out here, Page of Swords in reverse. This is advice from Spirit. Page of Swords is usually the card of curiosity, a little bit of spying, learning more about a subject matter, asking pertinent questions. It's like Spirit is saying with the card in reverse, it's like tarot, right? When you first start to read tarot, there's this thing that happens, and I think every tarot reader or every person that's ever picked up a deck does this. Like, you learn the cards, you learn what they mean according to like books and tradition, Google, whatever. And then you start to work with them, you start to get to know the cards, you start to kind of have your own connection to them, your own meaning with them. But sometimes you ask Spirit a question and a card flips out. It's like, okay, this is your answer. And then there's a part of you that might not like that answer. So there's just, I don't like that. Let's go again. Give me another card. Clarify. And then before you know it, there's like 20 cards on the table and you're all confused. So that's why a lot of tarot readers, if like a big whole stack of cards falls out, they don't take them, because too many cards muddle the answer. It's not about, necessarily what you want to hear, it's what you need to hear. And Spirit is showing me there is such a thing as asking too many questions. Go with what your heart tells you. So now I'm going to pull a card from the Sacred Creators. One last word from Spirit, please. Cozy up with risk. Take a chance, Aries. Take a chance. Be comfortable with putting yourself out there with change. It's more important than anything else, just being comfortable with the decisions that you make. So that's your reading. Sorry, my cat is meowing. That's your reading, Aries. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you.